Today's youth need teachers, volunteers, and most of all, well, they need you. I'm Doug Edwards, and I'm going to be talking with real youth mentors and students to give you the knowledge you need to be the best youth worker possible. This is Youth Worker on Fire. Hey, it's Doug Edwards with Youth Worker on Fire, and remember to subscribe, to like, to do all those things that will keep us going. And write to us at youthworkeronfire@gmail.com. Make sure that we hear from you, or go to social media. Let us know, what you're thinking, what's going on. The scripture today, Isaiah 40:29 through 31. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Even youths will become weak and tired, and young men will fall in exhaustion. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. I love that scripture. There's a lot of scripture in Isaiah particularly that refers to the Messiah, that refers to how things are going to be, and refers to the power of God and taking care of those who are weak and powerless and hopeless. There's just great encouragement there. I remember seeing this in a movie called Chariots of Fire, one of my favorite movies of all time. It is an old movie, but it was about an even older time during one of the Olympics. So if you haven't seen Chariots of Fire, it would do you good to go back and read the book or watch the movie. And the last 2 weeks have been pretty amazing weeks. Now, what you've listened to, if you listen consistently to us, you've listened to 3 interviews of some amazing people. My son, Ryan, who's my editor, takes a lot of hours to edit those. So we do some of these shorter versions to keep you listening and help you hear. These past 2 weeks, you haven't known what's happening behind the scenes. And I can't tell you the details of some of it. But one thing, because of this podcast and because a couple of people wanted to get in touch with each other, I did a conference call, and as a result, I got invited to a major event that's happening in the world that I get to be a part of. Can't tell you what it is yet, but if you'll keep listening to Youth Worker on Fire, eventually it will come out as to what that thing is. Now, who am I? I'm just a guy who was a youth pastor for a long time and worked with Campus Life, Youth for Christ before that. Just had all kinds of dreams that God changed into God ideas, where they started off as my ideas, and God will let us do our ideas to get us where He wants us to go. But this verse tells us how even though we were powerless, He gives power to the weak. He gives strength to the powerless. He lets us soar high on wings like eagles when we trust in Him and run to Him, and will run and not grow weary. Those things are important, especially the older you get, especially when you've gone and gone and gone. At our church, they just got back from a children's camp where 5 children came to know Christ from us personally, and there were other churches there. Those things are important because we look to the next generation. And it's imperative important that we focus hard on our children as parents and as grandparents. I'm a grandparent now, and we just got through seeing a bunch of our nieces and nephews' kids and our grandchildren playing together this past weekend. So we've gone through a World Vision thing where we're invited to something. We went to a local, our family vision, to where we're getting to see our grandkids and children's, and where we're aunts and uncles, their kids, and all these things coming together. And our 6th grandkid coming in October. Youth ministry is always at the top of our priority, no matter how old we get, because it's always about telling the next generation and about letting them know that their power is from God. It's not from their strength. We are to be strong. We are to work on our health. We're to work on our wellness. But the major work on our health and wellness and mental state is our time with God, our personal time with God, and saying, God, I am here. I know that you're here. You've never left me. What do you want today? And I was talking to my brother-in-law, and we were talking about our prayer list and how when we list things in prayers, we start seeing them being answered, and we're able to check those prayers off. Okay, this one has been answered and answered and answered. And when you don't have a list, you don't always remember all the prayers you prayed. And when you get to see them answer, getting to check them off and saying, God is answering prayers. And this prayer's taken longer than that prayer. This one was answered almost immediately. And this one took a long time to get answered. But focus on Isaiah and the scripture and realize that God is listening, that he is wanting to help you. And I pray every day going into work, several things. One is, Lord, show me your favor. I pray it when I even come back home. Lord, show me your favor. And I pray, Lord, it's your burden, your power that I need. It's your refreshing, Jesus, that I want. I can put lots of burdens on myself. I can pick and choose and think I'm doing the right things. But Lord, I want it to be the things that you've chosen for me. Those burdens are always easier. Your burdens are easy. Your load is lighter than the load I will put on myself. And the great refreshing in that verse comes from Jesus himself. Then we have a great refreshing. So this week, realize this, that even though younger people than you will stumble and fall and get exhausted, those who wait and trust in the Lord and find new strength, they will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Go at it. Go get them this week. And we'll talk about more stuff that is coming and the things that have happened that I can't tell you about yet when I can. So happy week there, Youth Worker on Fire. Thanks for listening. Make sure you reach out to us and let us know what you're hearing and how these things have helped you or blessed you and helped you continue on in the service that God has called you to. Adios, and we will see you next time on Youth Worker on Fire.
You've been listening to the Youth Worker on Fire podcast. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and tell your friends. Also, leave a comment and tell us what you think. Stay tuned for more informative episodes.